If you've ever had this figure settings
featuring children, the battlement,
to get to know.
and previously met the bachelors. Some were perfect gentlemen, and others were.
Okay, so it's like a late night gag where it's the bachelor and bachelorette with their children. Okay? I don't find that very funny, but I don't really like Jimmy Kimmel, so I don't hate him or anything. It's just not my thing. The only late night host that I watch semi-regularly, and he doesn't even really do it anymore, is Conan. I don't know.
Husband, what qualities?
Today's show, this is by far one of my most important videos, so please watch in full and share it. I am going to show you the repetition that is being used on the masses to normalize children and make them look like adults. So normalizing kids, so making it seem like it's normal to have kids on Top Chef cooking shows. It's normal to have kids on Ninja.
Do you mean Master Chef? Did they do a kids Top Chef too? I know there was a Master Chef Junior, but...
Warriors. Now they have the new Dancing with the Stars for kids, Project Runway for kids. Because people don't realize this stuff. They just kind of see it and they're like, oh.
Is there a Project Runway for kids? That's kind of questionable.
Oh, my favorite.
That gives me toddlers and tiaras vibes.
Favorite show, is Top Chef, or sorry, Master Cook or Master Chef.
Master Chef.
And now they have Master Chef Junior. I know that's so normal. It's not normal. It's not normal for adults at home.
I mean, I don't understand the issue with Master Chef Junior. I mean, it's a reality show, and it's very fake, but, like, it's not like toddlers and tiaras where it's like, is this appropriate? It's just kids cooking? It's a kids cooking competition. What's the issue with that? Kids exist.
Home to be watching children do adult things. And it's not normal for these children to be put in these positions to be cooking, 5-course, 5-star meals at the age of 8.
I mean, that's why it's a TV show, because it's interesting. And I haven't seen a Master Chef where they have to do like a however many course meal. Typically it's like a single dish competition thing. I think once per season they do have the kids run a kitchen with Gordon, but it's not like every episode. But that's what makes it entertaining, right?
And you'll see how they're targeting 8-year-olds to 15-year-olds. In some cases, we have 6-year-olds and 4-year-olds on these singing and dancing shows. This is not normal. But unfortunately, people out there go, oh, you're just being a hater. These kids are talented. Give them a chance. I care about the kids more than these people could possibly know.
Doubt.
Because anybody with a heart and a soul who understands what they're trying to do should care about these innocent children who are being victimized. But these children specifically are likely on these shows are somehow involved where their parents are parts of covens or secret societies. That's how they get on the shows. Their parents are celebrities. That's how they get on the shows.
No, their parents are probably annoying momagers and what a dadager, I guess. They're probably stage parents. I wouldn't disagree, and we can talk about the exploitation of children in terms of like Hollywood, not only in terms of like actual abuse stuff that absolutely does happen. Basically anywhere where there's a power structure, people take advantage of kids. It's really gross. Look at the Catholic Church for a good example of that. But even beyond the really, really awful illegal abusive stuff, like how many kids who are being pushed into auditioning for roles or going on reality shows, how many of them are people who wouldn't necessarily want to do this, but their parents kind of push them into that? That's a problem. That is. I'm sure that happens, and it's gross. Stage parents, I've heard, can be pretty gross. But I'm sure there are plenty of kids who are completely fine with it and want to go into acting or being on TV or whatever. And if they want to do that and their parents are supportive and they can be successful at that, more power to them. I don't think it's inherently bad for children to get involved in acting or performing or things like that. As long as they're on board with it and want to do it. And it's safe, obviously.
But really what this is about is the mind control on the masses to normalize children. So that's the concern.
Normalize children. Yeah, these newfangled children. Back in my day, we didn't have any children walking around.
The concern...
Windchanter says, you hear about the show Kid Nation? They took a bunch of kids and dropped them in a ghost town, some as young as 8. Yes, I watched that when it was on the air. I watched it live. Just watched the opening. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it.
This is Bonanza City, New Mexico, or what's left of it anyway. The pioneers who ran this place back in the 1800s ran it into the ground. Lack of leadership and lack of will combined to leave this town completely and totally dead. But that's about to change. Now, 40 new pioneers will try to fix their forefathers' mistakes and build a town that works. It won't be easy. Pioneer living is tough. And the amazing part is, these pioneers are children. That's right, the oldest just turned 15. The youngest is 8.5. They are every kind of kid imaginable. City kids, country kids, rich, poor, and everything in between. And they're on their way here right now.
I know the youngest kid leaves almost immediately and is like crying, and they just film him crying. Let me see if I can find the crying bit. I'm not reveling in it, but the youngest kid who was on the show has been interviewed since then, and he's fine. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. Unfortunately, he was interviewed by JonTron, but, you know. Like, this kid is just like, and there's just an adult there with a camera in his face. Oregon Trail Reloaded.
Jimmy!
Like, there's just a kid crying, and then there's just an adult with a camera.
So scared, man. Right here. Let's go. What's going on? I'm only 8. I'm in a 3rd grader, and I think I'm too young to be doing this. Even if you...
The kid has more common sense than the producers. I think I'm too young to be doing that. Yeah, I agree. You are.
really young, you're really cool, and you're really awesome, and you can really do a lot for this. Over.
I think that kid decides to leave at the end of the episode, so he's not in the rest of the season, just for the record, which is good for that kid.
Oh my God! You're joking, right?
Not joking.
And it's mine?
It's yours. 20 grand.
Oh my God!
At the end of every episode or whatever, they pick like a VIP of the week, and they get a gold star worth $20,000.
We can make our own shops. We can rebuild the whole town.
I know. I only ever watched. Did this actually complete out its first season? I'm just curious. Kid Nation. I mean, it looks like it went to the end, right?
Previously on Kid Nation.
Bonanza!
For 37 days, the kids of Bonanza City have struggled against the odds to build a world of their own.
The grocery store's open!
Along the way, they've been led by 3 different town councils.
We're thinking about killing its chicken.
Each face tough decisions.
The job board is on fire, so that means there's no more jobs. But if there's no more jobs, that means there's no more classes. And no more classes means we can't have places in the showdown, but we are supposed to have...
Yeah, I don't know.
I missed you.
City Slicker.
Okay. That's enough of bad reality show. Oh yeah, we were in the middle of this.
Is that people out there, sooner or later, when they say, listen, we're going to drop the age of consent, there'll be a couple big fake...
Oh God, no! No, 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 no.
Cases they make up, and they'll go, we're going to drop the age of consent. We're going to make it from, 17 and 18. We'll drop it down to 12 because now women, young girls at 12 and young boys at 12 have brains smarter than adults and more developed than 30-year-olds.
What the fuck is he talking about? What is he talking about? That is not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Right? And that's why you see this. They aren't doing this because they're going, oh, it's ratings, because so many people out there are watching Ellen and they want to see young kids, coming up with new inventions.
I watched MasterChef Junior, and I've never watched MasterChef because I find it interesting watching the kids be, like, really skilled at a thing and passionate about it. Again, it's a reality show. I think I watched a video a while back on how MasterChef Junior is bullshit, but it's an entertaining show, right? You go into reality shows knowing it's bullshit. I don't know about the Project Runway thing. Again, feels a little toddlers and tiaras-y, but I don't know what it's like, so...
Or adults aren't sitting at home because there sure aren't 6-year-olds who are watching Dancing with the Stars or 8-year-olds who are watching Dancing with the Stars. Okay, this is geared towards adults. The reason it's geared towards adults is because they want to normalize this. The adults who are watching it are going, oh, this is cute because it's kids. And they don't realize that the programming is to desensitize them from the age, because then when they start rolling this stuff out and going, hey,
I was worried about 12-year-olds getting fucked by adults, but then I saw a cooking show full of kids and I thought, if that kid can make creme brulee, they can suck a dick. This is how a call for an uprising thinks. This is how he thinks people work. This is how detached from reality he is, that he thinks this is how people think. He's such an idiot that it hurts me physically. Chrysia says the most liberal parts of the country have the highest ages of consent. Yep.
Kids can now be treated like...
Which party put up a literal pedophile? Roy Moore? Again? Not that that matters. A call for an uprising doesn't believe in political parties. He thinks they're fake, so...
Adults, everything with the advancements in technology...
The Project Runway scene was one episode, and it was a design project for a mother and a child. Okay, that seems fine then.
Everything has changed, and now we need to change, and we need to look at children as, we're seeing it now.
Gotcha. It's a fashion design show. Okay, I didn't know that. I guess I thought it was like America's Next Top Model. So the junior version had the youngest person is 14, and the kids design and create clothing for adults. That makes sense. That's perfectly fine. That makes way more sense than what I was thinking of.
With feminism and all that stuff, they're going to be making all these movements with children and children's rights. Right? We've already seen children's rights to choose their gender, and they can sue their parents. It's insanity.
It's insanity for children to be able to be who they want to be.
But this is to normalize what they're about.
Is Tyra Banks terrible? Yes, thanks for asking.
Because if you don't know, these people are all about children. You know why they're all about children? Because the core of their rituals involve children. Their black magic rituals involve sacrifice. Lust is the word I'll use because I don't want to get flagged for saying another one. But let's just say abuse of children in a way that is not appropriate at all, which causes what is known as trauma-based mind control. So I'm going to play these clips so you can see the repetition of all of these shows that are big, popular shows on TV. Right now, airing right now. Because maybe your brain, maybe you don't watch these shows.
This is another video where just half the runtime is him just showing clips from other things. We'll go through some of them and talk about them.
I don't watch them, but I hear about it. I see, the commercials and stuff like that, and I know what they're doing. But when you see the pattern in a row and you see it, your brain starts to go, okay, this isn't normal. I don't
even know why he's showing, Universal Kids, which I assume is just Universal Studios' kids division, where they produce material for, kids, kid shows and stuff.
All of these shows now featuring kids Why don't they just have another one? What are we going to have next? You know, the Bachelor Kids version? We're going to have 8-year-old dating show, get it proposing to each other?
No.
Don't be surprised. Jimmy Kimmel's already done it on his, on.
You get that the thing at the beginning was a joke, right? That was the joke, that it was kids and it's scripted. You understand what a joke is, right?
His late night talk show, Bachelor for Kids. I'll even put that clip in. It's insane. They are normalizing this for a reason, because they want all this stuff they do in darkness to be normal. And they have to use mind control to get it across. But people don't believe mind control is real. They have mastered it through MK Ultra, through Project Paperclip, bringing all these scientists over here.
Project Paperclip? That was like involving like rocket engineers from Germany, Nazi Germany, coming over and being part of NASA. What does that have to do with mind control? Windchanter with 30 bits says, I think someone needed to check Uprising's computer files. No kidding.
Experimenting on the human brain.
He strikes me as the kind of person that has a whole bunch of CP, and then when he gets caught, he'll be like, I was just researching the Cabal to see what they're doing. Mm-hmm.
What do you think happens to all of these homeless people who walk around the streets talking gibberish, and people just think they're crazy? They destroy people's minds because they do all this testing on their minds.
Or some people are schizophrenic or have other delusional disorders that make it hard for them to function in day-to-day life. Probably that one.
Figuring out how to control the mind, to control the masses. And that's what they're doing here. They want this normalized so that they don't have to hide anymore. They don't have to do it in secret, and that they can create an entire world of nothing but sinning, sick, sociopath pedos, to say the least. So take a look at all these shows that are going on right now, and you tell me in the comment section, is this normal? I don't want to hear, oh, these kids are talented. This isn't what 5-year-olds and 8-year-olds should be doing. They shouldn't be on TV getting paraded around. Little girls wearing skirts and dresses, dancing provocatively. It's disgusting. Disgusting.
I haven't seen Dancing with the Stars Junior, but I would imagine they aren't having the kids do provocative dances, and if he sees a kid dancing and assumes and sees it as provocative, I think he probably has some issues that he's projecting onto other people.
But we know why. Those of us who are awake, we know why they're doing it. So tell me in the comment section that this is normal, that this isn't a repetition and a pattern being done on people to normalize this stuff, because that's exactly what it is. So take a look for yourself. Thank you all for listening.
Dancing with the Stars is about to get even smaller.
How are you?
Good.
12 of today's pocket-sized celebrities.
My agent said, you want to be on Dancing with the Stars? And I'm like, yeah.
You ever held hands with a girl before? Besides your sister?
Now, let's meet the cast of Dancing with the Stars Junior.
My name is Akasha Cody, and I am the youngest boy to ever compete at the Scripps National Spelling Bee.
What do you know about tango?
Tango, spelled T-A-N-G-O, is a ballroom dance of Latin American origin in 2/4 time.
Okay.
I hate how fake reality shows are. That's definitely not a line that they just fed to him. That's clearly an off-the-cuff response, because kids actually talk like that.
I am Hudson West. I play Jake Weber on General Hospital.
7 together, 8, chop, chop, chop.
Yeah! I am Jason Maybaum. I play Levi Grayson on the show Raven's.
I thought he looked familiar. I've seen a couple episodes of that because I watched the first couple because I watched That's So Raven as a kid, so I wanted to see what the reboot was like.
When we have a live audience and the song pops on, I'm like, yeah.
Yes!
I'm like, I gotta get there. I'm like, I can't stop myself. I think I got this. It's absolutely fun. Oh, I can't be more fired up.
Yeah, there was a That's So Raven reboot where she's the mom and she has kids and one of the kids is psychic. It was a Disney Channel show. It's probably on Disney Plus. So yeah, the Dancing with the Stars thing, I think it looks terrible, but I don't like reality. Well, okay, I can't say I don't like reality shows. It depends on the reality show. I don't like reality shows that are like a singing competition or a dancing competition. That kind of thing just doesn't really appeal to me. And also feels pretty, I don't know, cringe, but it didn't seem like there was anything inappropriate going on. It's just kids dancing. Yeah, sequel, not reboot. I was using the word wrong, you're right.
Welcome to MasterChef Junior. Oh.
Isn't that show only a couple of years old? Oh, sweetie. Hold on. That's So Raven. That's So Raven ended in 2007, which was 14 years ago. That is not a couple of years. It started in 2003. So, started 18 years ago. That's So Raven is almost 2 decades old.
Between the age of 8 and 13 across all of America.
Welcome, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts!
We are firm but we're fair. And so when they see us getting a little bit sort of dunked and messy and horrible and sticky, we become a little bit close to them. So they think that we're sort of their best friends. So they trust us more. So we get to push them more.
Stunning lobsters.
Oh my god.
They're alive.
Young lady, it's smooth as a baby's bum.
I'm very big.
I do like MasterChef Junior because it's nice seeing Gordon Ramsay. And again, I recognize it's a reality show and a lot of this stuff's fake. But I do like seeing Gordon Ramsay, like, being very nice to these kids and genuinely teaching them how to cook certain things. It's great.
On creating a look that stands out the most. I draw most of my inspiration from punk rock, streetwear,
glamorous, luxury.
I really want to.
These aren't even really. I mean, they're kids in the general, but I'd more say these are teens. I'd describe these as teens before I would describe them as children.
Just take risks in this challenge.
How old are you?
I'm 13. I'm the youngest here.
My design style is not the norm.
I love it.
I work with velvet quite often.
I'm underwhelmed.
It's not working.
Executed terribly.
You nailed it.
So happy.
Dear American Ninja Warrior, I think your show is so cool. I think we should have a kids version.
Kids everywhere have been dreaming of getting their chance to take on the biggest course yet. For the first time ever.
I really hope they tuned down the course for the kids on this one, because the Ninja Warrior shit's tough.
American Ninja Warrior Junior.
Now I'm a kid.
Oh God! Oh no!
You belong.
I belong now.
What makes these kids so inspiring is they've overcome so much.
It's about something bigger.
It's amazing to have other ninjas. I've made a ton of ninja friends.
And heart.
Good for those kids. That's scary as shit, but whatever.
People I've never met screaming, "Go Sophia! Go Sophia!"
What about parents? Can they help bring these lessons to kids?
Oh, they're doing a Shark Tank with kids now?
Well, you know how you have time to take the kids to soccer and everything else? Sometimes there's entrepreneurship time.
Before we meet our guests, let's take a look at how they got here.
Came up with my of how we want our Zollipops in the pack.
You get it.
Off,
It's a bunch of shows. It's a bunch of shows with kids, and then at the end, it's the parody from the Jimmy Kimmel Show. Call for an Uprising is an idiot and probably kind of a creep who's projecting some unhealthy things onto other people. If you look at a cooking show for children and you think that is in any way more than that, if you think it is like sexual in some way, implicitly or explicitly, that's a fucking you problem. Call. Are you okay? Because this is some sick shit you're saying. Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday, Quinn, the gayest NB.